friend. I am also a tax strategist, and I've been in the finance industry for over 18 years. As a solopreneur, right, or someone who's an entrepreneur. Hello, Five Family. Welcome to another edition of the Tax Takeover. Y'all, I'm super giddy, super excited about tonight's episode because it is talking about a strategy that I have personally used and have also helped my clients use in order to reduce their tax liability, right? That's right. We're going to be talking about creative ways to employ your kids and reduce your tax liability. All right. But before we get into that, I want to introduce myself for those who may be joining for the first time. My name is Samara Andrews. I am an enrolled agent with the Internal Revenue Service, but most importantly, I'm your tax expert, tax strategist for the show, The Tax Takeover, right? Where every week we come before you and we share tips and strategies to reduce your taxable income and keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket, right? So that's what we do for our clients, and that's what we do here on the Tax Takeover, all right? So stay with me until the very end because we're going to be sharing a lot of good information, and I want to make sure that you are taking notes. All right. So again, welcome back to the Tax Takeover. Today we're going to be exploring innovative tax strategies for families, and we will be discussing some creative ways to employ your kids and reduce your tax liability. All right. So again, make sure you stay until the end. So as a self-employed parent, right, there is a unique opportunity that you can use to involve your children in your business while simultaneously maximizing tax benefits. So I want to dive into some practical ideas. So get out your pens, get out your paper, make sure you're taking good notes, and be sure to also leave some comments or questions in the chat if you have those, all right? So one way to maximize your tax savings is by assigning your children age-appropriate tasks within your business. Whether it's filing paperwork or organizing inventory or managing social media accounts, their involvement can be considered legitimate work. But again, age-appropriate tasks. So this in turn allows you to include their wages as a deductible business expense, right? So let's look at some options and some scenarios that you can utilize for hiring your children, right? So one way is to employ your kids, and you can hire them as support staff or like an assistant, right? So maybe they're helping you clean your office, or maybe they're helping you keep your office space together, right? So you can do it that way. Another way is you can hire your children as an actor for like promotional videos or photo shoots for the business. So not only does this involve them in your entrepreneur journey, but it also allows you to deduct their payment as, guess what? A marketing expense, right? So again, remember, age appropriate tasks. So they can help you keep your office clean. Maybe they can vacuum, right? But they can also be an actor and a promotional video that you are doing for your business as well, right? So two quick scenarios, right? Another one is if you have a retail component to your business, you can hire your kids to assist you with customer service or inventory management. This can be a great way to involve them while enjoying some tax-free benefits. And y'all, if you make it fun for your kids, they're gonna think it's a game, right? So you gotta make it fun for them. You gotta keep them motivated and interested while you are having them work in your business, all right? So just remember to document their hours and pay them a reasonable wage for their services. That is key, all right? You can also employ your kids as a consultant or an advisor, especially if they possess a particular skill or expertise that can benefit your business. This can include anything from social media management to graphic design or even technological support, right? So technology support. Sorry, I got tongue tied. Now, this is especially good if you have, let's say you have teenagers or preteens even. Like I know I have a 12-year-old daughter and she's pretty savvy in these social media streets. So a teenager may be able to like really help you boost your social media engagement and manage your social media, especially if you're an old head like me and that stuff does not interest you, right? So again, age appropriate tasks for your kids to do, especially if they're expert in that area. And lastly, you might want to consider employing your kids as a brand ambassador or product testers. So, if your business involves the development or the promotion of a product, involving your children in the process can not only provide valuable feedback, but also offer potential tax deductions, right? So, we saw this most recently in a movie called Flamin' Hot. So, when the guy was trying to come up with the formula, right, the recipe for the perfect flaming hot chip, he used his son as a taste tester. He was a product tester, right? So you can do the same. If you are someone who actually sells products, you can test the products on your children and make sure that you compensate them for testing those products. They can also be your brand ambassador, right? So make sure that they are compensated accordingly, right? So remember, the key is that when you are employing your children, you have to ensure that the work that they're doing is genuine and it's age appropriate, right? So this is not us just saying, hey, I'm just going to give him or give her $14,000 for the year, but they're really not doing anything for the business. That's not what this is. We have to make sure that they are doing the task, and we have to make sure that the tasks are age appropriate. So what does that mean? That means your 4-year-old is probably not managing your social media, okay? So again, make sure the tasks are age appropriate and make sure that you are keeping detailed records of their tasks, their hours that they work, the wages that you paid them, in order to ensure, that you are compliant with tax regulations. That's why I want to make sure you're keeping detailed records of their tasks and their hours works, right? Now you can do this on platforms. For instance, like let's say that you want to set them up on ADP. You can do that. You can set your children up as employees on a platform like ADP. There are other payroll platforms out there as well, but that's the first one that came to mind, right? So that's a good way of making sure that you keep detailed records of the hours that they are working, all right? Now, when it comes to paying your kids, you also want to make sure that you abide by the laws and the regulations in your area. So, again, keep accurate records of their working hours, right? Pay them a fair wage based on the tasks they perform. And remember, they must be old enough to understand the work and perform it reasonably, okay? So, again, this is going to vary from state to state. So, make sure that you are staying in compliance with your local regulations and requirements for hiring your child, right? Now, let's talk about some of these tax benefits. So I kept saying over and over again, like that you can have this as an expense. So by employing your kids in your business and paying them a reasonable wage, now you can deduct their wages as a business expense. That is one of the tax benefits, okay? So this means that now your taxable income decreases and reduces your overall tax liability. Additionally, you may be able to shift the income from your higher tax bracket to your child's lower tax bracket, resulting in even more significant tax savings, all right? So it's crucial, again, to maintain proper documentation to substantiate the wages paid to your kids. Y'all are going to hear me say that over and over again. It's a reason why I keep saying that. So keep records of their working hours, their tax performs, the payments that they are made. This way, if the IRS ever questions your tax deductions, right, you'll have the necessary evidence to support your claims. And personally, it makes it so much easier for your enrolled agent who may be representing you in the case. If you already have all of the documentation in order, right? Then I can go and fight for you, okay? So in summary, involving your children in the business and utilizing things like your home office deductions and their wages can provide substantial tax savings for self-employed parents. Okay, by paying them a reasonable wage for their work, you can deduct their wages as a business expense and ultimately reduce your taxable income, right? So just remember, follow the rules and keep accurate records, all right? So that's it. That is wrapping up today's video. We hope that these creative ways to employ your kids and reduce tax liability have sparked some ideas for your own business, right? Everybody's business is kind of different. And if you have any questions or comments, please make sure again that you are leaving them below in the chat. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tax saving strategies. All right. So again, it has been amazing talking to you all. Not only do we want you to subscribe, but we also want you to like this video if you found it informative and share it with somebody, y'all. Spread the word, especially if maybe you don't have any children in your right now that you can use in your business, but maybe you know a friend who does. All right, so share the word, or spread the word, I should say. Also, make sure you are following us on LinkedIn. All right. So we are in the social media streets. So make sure you are following us on LinkedIn. And most importantly, make sure that you are visiting our website if you like this tax strategy and you want to learn about more tax strategies that you could be utilizing in your business. Make sure that you are visiting our website. You can book a discovery call with yours truly, and we can see what strategies we can implement tailored specifically for you, right? So again, I know school is starting back up. For the entire month of August, we are going to be talking about different strategies that we can use in pertaining to our kids, right? And using them in our businesses, and even how we should leave assets to our kids and our loved ones so that they don't have a large tax liability. So I encourage you to come back next week and every week following, because you're definitely going to want to learn these huge tax saving tips. All right. So, again, thank you so much for tuning in on Tonight Five Family. I really appreciate it. You all have a blessed and a prosperous Tuesday evening. Until next time.